Where do I draw the line, my wife's faith or my children's life? I 24M and my wife 22F. This is really hard for me to write since I have no idea how I am feeling. I'm 24M and my wife is 22F. We now have some issues that have arisen, mainly on my end. Before I continue, please be open-minded when you read this. I married my wife when she was a Jehovah's Witness. I'll be honest, at that time I didn't even know what that was. I've heard of them, but I thought they were some kind of crazy cult people. Well, they kind of are actually, scratch that, they are. Anyways, I was the reason my wife got disfellowed, which practically means kicked out. Her family cut contact with her. She was not my girlfriend yet, but we liked each other. One thing led to another. She got pregnant. By the way, she was 18, and I was 20 young, I know, stupid brain. At this time, we moved in together. Her family had no contact, and only my family was supporting her. Her family would reach out and say mean things, like I would leave her and make her a single parent. But time passed, and we had my daughter. A couple of months after that, my wife wanted to get married. I loved her, and I decided to pull the trigger and get married. I learned my wife was interested in getting back with her religion. Now, I'm not religious in any way. Obviously, I was like, why would you want to go back? Your family abandoned you. But she wanted contact with her family because she felt alone and hurt. I was hurt myself that she was feeling this way, but I let her join because to me, I believe you're allowed to do what you want. If you wish to be religious, then go ahead. We've been married for 3 years. I did make a rule that I didn't want my daughter practicing that religion, that I wanted her to make her own choice. But my wife and her family influence it regardless of my wishes, and I've stated this multiple times. But this isn't the reason why I wrote this. Recently, my child had to get surgery, just their tonsils. The doctor spoke to me and my wife about the process. Once the doctor finished, he said, "There can be bleeding, and if so, would you want to give blood?" I said yes, my wife said no. We looked at each other. The doctor said, "Do you want your daughter to die by bleeding out?" My wife's response was, "I'm a Jehovah's Witness, and I'd rather you use the 4 components of blood as a substitute." I was stunned by this, and I told the doctor if blood was needed, I'd gladly give mine. The doctor seemed confused and said, "Okay," and left. Now, I knew about this already, it wasn't brand new to me about blood. I brushed it off, but it hit harder when it was my own daughter, and I genuinely got scared. Now this is the first time she did this. A year ago, I fractured my femur pretty bad in 8-month recovery. At the hospital, when I was taken by an ambulance, I passed out. When I woke up, I saw my wife. My doctor came by and asked me that if there was a complication with the surgery, was I okay to get blood? My wife interjected and said no on my behalf, and she said the same thing. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I told the doctor I wanted blood if it was possible and not to listen to my wife, and I signed off on it. That scared me. I could possibly die due to her beliefs being pushed onto me in the hospital, and it scared me more when it was my daughter. I don't know what to do. I truly love my wife. She's smart, funny, and beautiful, but I don't know if I can do this marriage. We're having another child, and I'm happy about having another baby, but I'm afraid if I leave that she will push her religious teachings on my children. My wife, her family, and friends tell my daughter, no, birthdays are bad, holidays are bad, etc., and I get angry and tell them to stop. I feel so bad for my daughter and my next child to deal with this. My wife tells me about her life. She was raised in it, and it sounds like she was in a cage her whole life, and I don't want that for my kids. I don't think I was ready for all this in a marriage, and I know we are young, I just find this extremely hard to deal with. By the way, at this time, I'm extremely close with her family now, but they didn't like me beforehand. Has anyone been through this? Does anyone know how to navigate this? You put the health and safety of your children first. This is why you don't make babies with crazy people. They are a horrific cult. Your children are in danger because their mother is a brainwashed idiot. You need to protect yourself and your kids. Your wife will watch them die and feel justified by religion. That's unforgivable. I'd divorce over this. She has already tried to deny both you and your daughter blood transfusions in potentially life or death situations. She broke whatever trust you had in her to not put her beliefs onto you and your child. She will not listen, and her family will push her deeper back into the religion. You choose your wife. Your kids did not. They should not be burdened or harmed by your or your wife's beliefs. Choose your kids' safety. You need a valid advance directive form ASAP. Look up laws in your state. In there specify you are not to be treated like a Jehovah's Witness. You should also check in with a family law attorney to get medical authority of sorts over your kids. P.S. Encourage non-denominational church to try and get the cult out of her. Don't know if that's possible. My boyfriend, 34M, wants to have kids but doesn't want to get married? 27F. My boyfriend and I have been together for a year. He's a great guy and has been pretty accepting and understanding towards things. Recently, I had some issues with my health that may affect my ability to get pregnant. So we decided to have a talk not too long ago about having kids. My boyfriend wants to have kids and possibly start trying within the year, while I want to wait a little longer. I told him that I would prefer to be married and then have kids and to be a little more established myself and being an adult. He makes quite a bit more than I do and has told me that if I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom I could. I have told him that I would sign a prenup if it was related to money. But he still continues to say that he doesn't want to. I feel very hung up on the fact that I want to be married and then have kids. While he is totally fine with us having a kid and not getting married, even with our latest conversations. I'm just not sure how to feel, or if I can even get past it. Edit. I have asked him what his reasons are. He has said that it's just a piece of paper, and if he was supposed to have been married it would have happened by now. Also, he has said that if I wanted to stay home I had the option, but he said he would pay for daycare or a nanny, but he said it was up to me whether I wanted to stay home, work part-time or full-time or as needed. Don't get pregnant for him if you want marriage. He's not going to marry you. Nope. Marriage protects your and kids' rights. Don't go for it. It can be absolutely a deal breaker here. So he isn't scared of the lifelong commitment that is children, but a marriage certificate is too much? Why do you think that is? Listen with love, don't fall for this. He wants you to do wife duties on girlfriend salary, because he will benefit from all of your labor and you will have almost no protection if he decides to end things. Thank God he told you this early on. Where do you live, and are there protections for common law spouses? It sounds like, just from the little you wrote, he wants to be a parent and still have an out if the relationship isn't what he wants. For your own financial protection, you need to be married if you're having kids. Do not have kids with him. If he lets you be a som and then breaks up with you, you have nowhere to live, you have no job to give you income, and child support will not be enough to live on. Also in the US, with most employers, you cannot be on his health insurance, so if you are not working, you have no health insurance. M26 concerned about my girlfriend's F25 guy best friend. I, 26M, have been dating my girlfriend, 25F, for a little while now, and I'm honestly more serious about her than anyone I've ever dated. I'm very attracted to her, she's super sweet, low drama, we both love anime, we have similar life goals. She's also been very patient and understanding about my mental health. I deal with anxiety/OCD, and can get in my head a lot. The thing I'm stuck on is her guy best friend. They've been friends for 12 years. About 5 years ago during COVID, they got drunk and had sex once. According to her, it never turned into anything more, and they stayed friends. Now they call about once a week, text around 3 to 4 days a week. She also has female friends she texts/calls with the same frequency. This is just how she is socially. She's pretty progressive/feminist, and she's been clear that she won't cut him off just because she's in a relationship. But she said she wouldn't hang out one-on-one besides maybe a quick together every once in a while out of respect for me. I'm mostly worried about the future. Is this the kind of thing that will always be sitting in the back of my mind in 2, 5, 10 years? I mean, as long as she isn't concealing anything, or lying, then I don't think it's any issue. Have you met the guy? It's entirely up to you whether this will be bothering you years from now. I can't see any reason that it should. I think you should take it into your heart that if they wanted to be an item, that deal would have gone down by now. You don't have to allow it to linger in the back of your mind. Maybe a little work with your therapist on the anxiety in general might help you out a little. I'm mostly worried about the future. Is this the kind of thing that will always be sitting in the back of my mind in 2, 5, 10 years? We can't see the future. Ultimately, only you can answer this the best. Have you had things in the past stick with you? I think it isn't unreasonable to think that this will stay in your head for as long as the relationship lasts, and even after if there is an after. Every time you see this guy's name, or hear he will be at the hangout, you will probably picture whatever you are worrying about. With time it may not be as bad. I wouldn't be able to deal with it, and she must surely understand that this is going to be an issue with the majority of men she might potentially get into a relationship with. Sex changes the dynamic of personal relationships, and it is weird that she's still friends with this guy. You don't have to be okay with it, and you are well within your rights to leave. It's always the best friend you shouldn't worry about. It's up to you. If you don't like it, find someone who doesn't still talk to a person they've had sex with. They're out there. My F26 boyfriend, M27, completely changed his mind about marriage. So we have been together for 5 years and have only started talking about marriage for the past year. He actually brought up the concept of marriage with him, talking about how we're going to get married in the next year, where he wants to get married, rings, the works. So I thought we were both on the same page when it came to marriage. However, today I jokingly asked him when he was going to propose, only to be met with a look of disgust, and he said never. So then we started arguing, and he said that he doesn't believe in it, and it's just a waste of money. So why did he keep bringing it up? I told him that he shouldn't have mentioned it if he didn't actually mean it, and all he said was that he didn't know I felt that strongly about marriage, and that he was sorry. So now we're at the point that this has not been resolved, and I've just had a cry in the bathroom whilst he sleeps. I don't know what to do. Where do I go from here? I feel so sad and let on. Too long did not read. Boyfriend changed his mind about marriage seemingly out of nowhere, and now doesn't believe in it. If you want to be a wife, you break up. Do not accept a ring just to shut you up. It's been 5 years. That is way more than enough time to know if he wants to marry you. He told you he doesn't and never will marry you. Listen the first time. Find your self-respect and drop him, or you will waste your good young years with a man who keeps pushing the carrot back. He's already done it. He has led you on for years. What one man won't do for you, another happily will. This is relationship we ending. You two are no compatible. Time to find someone else who shares your life goals. I swear we're dating the same man. You need to leave and embrace new opportunities. He's not the one, honey. TBH, from a guy's perspective. I was planning the day I go down on one knee and propose to my ex from day one. We guys know that we want to marry a woman from the moment we meet her and get to know her, especially when we are in love with her. Post-breakup, I can tell that I have no intention of marriage or proposing to any other woman because my heart belongs to that one woman who broke it. The important question here is whether he likes you, loves you, or is in love with you. You'll have your answer from that question. If being married is important to you, then you need to move on.